much, say you take our time to join us today.
Miss Evade, thank you.
Okay, so Reverend, you've been tried on several occasions under the Justice Party and your party, Fresh Democratic Party, to become the president of Nigeria, but it no work out. And that time you say God didn't tell you to contest. So why you stop?
You know, so when people they talk about God, they don't understand the difference between Bible and the things within they talk ordinary. The language of Bible is different. Because when God talk to you, they always talk about now. Because for Bible, faith now. If it's in the future, then it's called hope. See? So he always tell you, say, I don't already do something. Like he tell Abraham, he say, I don't make you father of many nations. The man never even born Peking by that time. So if Abraham, they walk around and say, I'm a man, a father of all nations, people would want to say, but you never even born. See, because the language of faith, they're different. See? So when God speak to you, it don't mean say that thing will happen immediately. But he go talking like say it don't already happen. Not be say they go happen. Go say talking like say it don't happen. They say, Chris, I've already made you so and so. So when you communicate that language, you go talk on the way God take talking. It go take time. Like say when he send Pharaoh, make it go. He send Moses go meet Pharaoh. You know, say Moses kept going until Pharaoh hungry. You know, say tell Noah say rain won't fall. Noah they tell people say rain won't follow, rain won't follow. They no believe him. It take 120 years before the rain fall. See, just like Abraham, I take 25 years before he born that pikin. So not be say I stop. I no stop. Now process by process by process. Now where they follow. Because me I know say this system what would they use, it no go work. See, and I don't want to join PDP or join APC or any of these big parties because if I join, then I will come be part of the problem. And I will feel be part of the solution. So now when I not join them, now I say I feel be part of the solution. So I not resign or I not even retire. I just do my work to go.
So you go still contest again?
No. You see, that time where I contest, not be say I won't become president because you know go feel win election with small party. See, Fresh Democratic Party in a small party or even Justice Party. But if you won't win election, you go join big party where you get national spread. Now you make all these people, now all these flag bearers, if you notice now the big parties where they go meet. But I use that opportunity to let people know, say, I get wisdom and I get sense, political sense. So when the time come, when God don't make the opportunity come, the people go know me. Go know say, we know this man, oh, now he talk so, now he talk this, now he talk this. Like waiting and they talk now. If to say I not join that time, to say I not run for election that time, nobody go to listen to what they talk now. See?
And what do you talk now about a certain type of way of governing the people? You say now government from the people. Mm-hmm. You understand? You talk about scrapping of the legislation like the National Assembly. You talk about restructuring. You talk about changing the constitution. Tell us more about this type of way of governing the people where you say now Aboriginal democracy.
Mm-hmm. You see, the kind of system we would use here, they call them partisanism because now all about the party. Government of the party, by the party, for the party. That will not be democracy. You want what we know now, government of the people, you know. We say by the people, for the people. But the one when me I they talk now government from the people, for the people, with the people. That's what it's supposed to be. When woman born Peking, the Peking come from her. And the Peking belong to them. So it's from and for the woman. And then the Peking go deal with the woman to prove, say, that the mama get that Peking. So if we say with the practice democracy, we get to do with the people, then the thing must come from the people. And they belong to the people. And you go prove them. So say the power they with the people, not the kind of thing we do now. That one how they called Aboriginal democracy. It means say we they go back to the original. And that will just mean say you go back to the original. You see this sunglass where I hold for my hand like this. If you carry this sunglass, you wear it like that now. For daytime, you see, people go look you say, this thing fits you, or guy fits you. But if you carry this sunglass, you wear them for night. You will go embrace a transformer, you're not going to know. Fall inside gutter, you're not going to know. So when I tell our people, say, this presidential system where they give us, we're supposed to know how to use them. See? So now make me they talk, say, you're not going to just wear sunshade for night because Oyibo people give you. You go know the time where you go take away these glasses where you go fit you and it no go cause problem for you. So I tell them, say, the presidential system where we dey practice, we know sabi how to use them as Nigerian people. See, the 19 don't cause the trouble where they don't cause katakata among Nigerian people. It don't cause wahala among us as a family, you know. And they don't come bring corruption. They think, oh, we're not going to even know what to do about corruption. So when I talk, we say, if we set aside that presidential system, we can change them to something else, where we fit manage, then it will be better for us. So we don't need House of Assembly. Because the part of the problem we get for this country today, now all the people within inside that place. Not beside they disrespect them, but not true. The work with them they do when they reach Abuja, all of them, they committees. And they tell people, say, the committees with them they do, our people don't already do them. We have associations, we don't dey here before these political parties. Like Nigerian Bar Association, you know, was founded in 1933. Nigerian Union of Teachers, 1931. Nigerian Medical Association, 1951. Even ASU, 1978. So what they talk, say, all these associations, if we give them power to make laws, we concern them. For instance, you want to talk about law we go do with health, you go to the Nigerian Medical Association. Because all those people with the National Assembly, what do they know about medicine? And they don't know what in the Nigerian people they experience. You know, these doctors are working with the Nigerian people. They don't already deal with them for all these years. And we not go pay them, be volunteers. So all that money where they pay for House of Assembly, we go take and do another thing. And so if people know the House of Assembly, then you don't need political parties.
And all these things you did talk about go involve a constitutional change, a lot of changes. You think, say, Nigeria, they in that position at the moment to start to consider this, because this not be the first time where somebody could talk about restructuring, constitutional change and all that, but nothing don't change.
No political party with the government fit change constitution. So that's why they talk, say, if we want change constitution and restructure, we need to have an interim government, because that one now, it could be like saying a surgical theater where you go fix all the problems where Nigeria get before you go begin talk about leadership. Because all these discussions where they don't discuss, whole conference do this, they don't do anything about it, because no government with the power go fit do this thing. So if we're going to change our constitution, if we say we want to change the way people they take or behave towards their own resources, when they feel control their resources, the kind of federalism we will get, now only interim government feed do them. And me at the talk say, now the time don't come, and I fit lead that interim government. Not beside fit, now me go lead the government, because now me invent the style. You see, you get this thing what they call Aboriginal democracy. Now something with me I create. And if I say make I transfer to another person, you're not going to understand what they talk. So now make me they tell them, say, if you want somebody will not be part of the problem, where person will don't show say he love Nigeria, he never join PDP, he never join APC, he never they in hand no dirty, then you go to Chris Okotie, you go to look now.
Okay, make me leave this matter for now and go back to the first question where I asked, because this is not something where don't make people the question, you know, whether men of God, they really hear from God, you know, because you don't get a situation where a man of God will come out, say, God tell him to contest and he no win. You think, say, religion supposed to be separated from politics to prevent situations where people will begin to doubt whether, oh, this man of God or this prophet really hear from God?
When we talk Bible language, we call it language of faith, not be the same way we would take flogis ordinarily. See, so when somebody tell you, for instance, Moses tell the children of Israel, say God send them to come deliver them. So they believe, say, if you go meet Pharaoh, Pharaoh go agree. Pharaoh no agree. Pharaoh drive him many times, make him come out for that place. In fact, he won't nearly kill himself. So the people begin wonder, say, God really sent you. It takes time before it can succeed. So sometimes when people speak the language of faith, they confuse people when they go to church. You know? Because I tell you, say, when God talk to you, they tell you, say, I won't do something. They go tell you, say, I don't do them. I don't already give you Nigeria. I'm not going to say, I won't give you. They talk like that will not be faith. That's not hope. It's in the future. So many times when you communicate that language to people, they say, it don't happen right now. You know how they laugh Noah? Long I tell them, say, rain won't fall, they don't build boats. Everybody sees say, don't crazy be that. Don't colo. It take 120 years before it happen. So it depends on how the languages, how they communicate the language, where people they understand. But the important thing with the here be say, if good people not join politics, if church people not join politics, how politics won't take they clean now? Because the issue here not be whether God or God not talk. Not be that one go the worry person. We say it's a good thing. Say people where they serve God, where people trust, won't join save our nation. Now that one they're supposed to talk, not be the one we know matter whether today God talk on whether yesterday or the day before yesterday. You understand? So now the way I take and be that.
Now, some Sabi people say Nigeria is in a very critical situation now. And for some people, 2023 be like their last hope to see if something fit change. In fact, one man of God recently come out to tell people, to tell in congregations, say make they get plan B. And that plan B option, I say, make them jack back come off from the country. So I want to ask you, Reverend, when you talk to your people for church, what do you tell them? What will be that message when you preach, give them and to Nigerians at this critical moment?
What they tell them is say the election no will solve any problem. If we work out, follow this, go reach February of next year, we will waste our time. Because now the political parties, they determine what in their representatives they do. If you notice, then all of them will do what they won't do so that they will represent the party. Because they know say without that party, they're not going to succeed. So, and at the same parties, we don't bring the problem when we get to this. So I tell my people, say, if you didn't look for solution by 2023, they waste your time around our dream. Just the dream will not ever come to pass. What we need now to ask God to intervene in the matter so that we can have an interim government to fix the problem where we get. Make it. You know, say for Genesis chapter 1, for Bible, before Adam come be head of state, God don't settle everything. He don't separate the fish they inside water. He separate the birds we did for the sky. He separate all the animals we did for bush. All that day they put all the trees, the food where the man go chop, even bring woman where go marry. All that one an enabling environment. He do that one before Adam come be federal head of state. What I tell our people say, we must create that same environment first before you go talk, say you won't bring somebody to come lead. Because once the person enter there, you know, go fit do anything. See? So I tell my people, say, whichever prayer we won't pray, now we say, God, make Nigerians understand, say, this election where they come, a waste of time. Make they not bother whether not PVC anything, because it not go change anything.
What about the idea to jack back come off from the country? You support that one?
Because if then feel say trouble there now, they're not supposed to be here. And that one are their own decision. You understand? And they did in science, they see all the kind of kidnapping, they see the kind of terrorism, they see the kind of insecurity. So some people feel like, say, waiting, an office stay this kind of place. This one can't be like war zone now. So they won't come out, you know. But me, I don't want to come out. I did here because I not going to let anybody take property with my papa give me. This land, now God give to us. I not going to let people who come from us, I can't inherit us, say we not go get, say that this is not their own place. So some of us go stay back to make sure, say, Nigeria survive.
We will look at some of the top candidates for the 2023 presidential election, the APC candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the PDP candidate, Atiku Abubakar, and the Labour Party candidate, Peter Obi. What do you think about these people and their candidacy?
You know, say me, I know how this thing they work. Because Nigerians know they vote for personalities. People, they ask me, say, you lost election. I say, I've never lost election in Nigeria. And the party. Because they're the only party where they vote for. They don't care who the person will represent the party. As long as there's somebody there in that party, now they to contest, they will vote. Now they call them partisanism. See? So the issue here not be say whether not this person or that person. It don't matter. Now waiting the party represent, now I'm not going to look. Because nobody go fit do anything by himself. See? Our people get proverbs say, you see how a giraffe neck take long like this, it no fit see future. You get long neck, we not go feel look into tomorrow. See? So the thing they tell you, say, if we follow this kind path, they think, say, we know what will happen. We not feel, because as long as the neck of our constitution, or even the neck of the political party, they not feel see the future. Now I make Nigeria the way it did today. Because if to say they see future, they're not going to give us the kind of constitution we didn't give us. They're not going to trouble us about resource control and all the wahala where we don't do. Because then things say they know the future with their long neck like giraffe, but they're not official. So my thing be say, it don't matter who those people be. And I respect all of them. There's nothing where they feel do. Not because they don't want to, but because the parties where they represent, now then they in control.
And so you no believe, say, like from what you don't talk, you no believe, say, na person they win, not party. But I believe, say, you follow social media very well, and you don't see the noise where they go on for social media about a certain political party, not one of the two big ones, that's the Labour Party and their candidate, Peter Obi. If you follow social media, you will see a lot of noise, especially from the young people we believe, say, oh, things fit dey different tomorrow. We don't see people will talk about this issue where you talk about, say, party and structure and all that. But for this election, some people, they believe, say, something different will happen.
You know, say, it's with me for Bele, say young people don't begin take their destiny for their own hand. But you see, it's too late at this point. Because the structures where you need to win election, only PDP and APC get them for this country.
You know, things say the Labour Party and the candidate.
No other political party get the kind of structures. You see? And the young people, where they talk about social media, how many people there on social media in this country?
And this talk no be only for social media.
I know, but I just want to explain to you why practically that enough it change anything now. Maybe in a few years if we carry on like this. But it's the period is too short because PDP and APC, they don't dig ground. They don't dig government. PDP was dig government for like 16 years. No place where you go for this country where you don't go see PDP or you don't go see APC. So not be say the people. That's why they tell you, say not be the people. Now the party, see, when I joined Justice Party, Nigerians were talking about me like the hope and all of that, but Justice Party no get the structures. Fresh Democratic Party no get the structures. No party for this country fit rival APC and PDP. That is just the right. That one now no sentiments involved. So I'm glad say young people they talk with it and they talk, but you're not going to win an election on social media. You understand? Because Nigeria is a very vast country. And then they get regulation within the constitution of what the number of votes which you must win in each state for you to become president. You see? And me, I believe, say, with the knowledge we may get for the political things where they happen for Nigeria, only PDP and APC can do that at this point. So, and even if they do, it's still not going to help Nigeria. That's why I'm saying, let me not waste time. Because both of them don't did before. PDP and APC, they are twin brothers. They're not changed. One day, one end of the continuum, the other one did the same. Not the same. You know, you get one thing what they call fraternal polyandry for marriage. Where one woman go marry two brothers. Now in Nigeria they married to two brothers, APC and PDP, and they are twins, so they confuse them. That's why they cross carpet. You don't even know which one be which one. But the one way concern me be say, I want Nigerians to know that there is another option. You have three political parties, but there is a fourth option, which is the interim government, which is the most probable and practicable way to help Nigeria. If you follow election, you waste your time and your energy. Wait till they won't do what they never do before. Nothing will change. But if we follow interim government, then the change where would they look for? The change where would they look for? Say, people when they say they won't come out for Nigeria, no will come out again. All these agitations where they say this one say they won't secede, all that one go stop. The federalism way with the practice, we go change them. The insecurity way with the suffer, government we go change them. The people will come together, sit down, decide how they want to be governed, how they will control their resources, how they want to participate in the security of the nation. All that one now things we will discuss inside the interim government if we're really looking for solution, not be regime change. That one not go work.
In about 6 months' time, Nigerians will go to the poll, and when we look at everything that happened, the state of the nation in terms of insecurity, in terms of the economy, in terms of health, in terms of the brain drain, we look at the education sector, as we don't on strike since February. When we look at all these things and we see the cry, the clamor, especially from the young people on top of social media and on top of the street, what would be your biggest fear when you think about the 2023 election?
I no fear. What I know say the thing no go work. That one is very clear. No matter how you talk and go here, talk and go there,
say no go work,
it no go work because now the same people, the same parties, and one man cannot control a political party. They go impeach you, remove you, come out. Do you understand? Even if you say you win election and the party no support you for House of Assembly and all that, they go impeach you, remove you, come out. See, so it's not just about winning a presidential race. The entire system has to be permeated by that philosophy, and we don't get on right now. You understand? So 2023, at the call and Sisyphean quest, you know when you the roll load for hill, and the load come to push you back. That's what they call Sisyphean quest. Now waste of energy, waste of time, we just waste our energy. Waiting that no say go happen, we say no matter how we go still come back. Because if Nigeria go survive, all of us must sit down, decide, say now how we want our nation to be. But all this what we do now is superficial. That on our symptoms. You understand? You don't go heal sickness, you say you deal with the symptoms. So I don't think say 2023 is practicable. There are some states in the east, in the north now, not already saying that they don't think that elections can hold because of the security situations. You understand? So given the all of the things where they happen, I believe say make we forget this 2023. Forget them completely. Let us think of how we are going to come together as a people, sit down and say, okay, from the east, west, north, and south, make we sit down how we want to do this thing so that Nigeria will survive. Because if you put Nigeria through this process, now what will you go see? Explosion, implosion. And God forbid, say that kind of thing will happen.
Okay. Make we leave politics for now because you be one pastor where don't make headlines in the past. You move from music, and even your time as a musician, you've been there very popular. Then you move from music into full-time ministry. Mm-hmm. And when you clock 60 years old, it gets something when you talk at that period. You say you don't redefine your philosophical center of gravity. Say you be better man, wiser man, and better servant of the Lord Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. What did they go through your mind when you talk so that time? Get anything when you regret?
You know, say age, you get the way we be, like purifying apparatus. For Igbo, they call them a catharsis, a cleansing period. See, because Moses talking for Bible say, teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. See, as you they count your days and you they understand, say now God they give you that. Your mental capacity to understand what's in the happen, they change. So when I talk and say, I have redefined my philosophical center of gravity and embraced a transcendent equanimity. I just quote myself within I talk. Now within I talk now. They say, even as a minister, you they grow from grace to grace, from faith to faith. And things which Jesus don't teach me about life, about myself, about himself, it changed me every day. We're changing to his own image from glory to glory. So, and they look the nation and they look the responsibility where I get, because I always know, say, one day Nigeria will depend on the thing where I feel do for Nigeria. Now I make where I did here today because I don't need to do this thing. I did successful with thing I did do. Very, very. But I love my country and there's no other place to go. And it's a responsibility that God has placed upon me, that this nation has placed upon me. I owe it to Nigeria. So at times like this, now to remember where I come from, the grace where God don't put upon my life so I can help people go. Because when a woman for village no get food chop, yeah, you don't feel go out because they fear, say they go kidnap her. You go kneel down for corner of your house, cry unto God. So God will begin look among the people who I go send, will go help people. And I can't be one of those people when you don't send since. Now make me I see day here since 2001 when I start this process. I tell people, say, if to say they look for leadership, if we don't join PDP since when I run for president 2003. By now, I for the top of the political hierarchy. But now, not be the thing I look for. I look for meaningful solution. How we will take help this country. Now I don't join all these parties. The people who follow me at that time, many of them don't join PDP, join APC, join everything. Me, I stay down my own and they say, until we begin to do the right thing, Nigeria not go survive. So for my mind, I feel saying that all that stuff where God don't put inside me and the wisdom where don't give me, and as I don't come mature, I'll not be small boy again.
And it gets anything where you regret when you reflect, when you think about all those things from the 80s to now?
Oh, definitely. Now, you know, say, life now, one kind checkered pavement. Today you day up, tomorrow you day down. And sometimes I ask myself, how I take survive without Jesus for 25 years? Because now when I did 25 years, I can't be born again. Because when you can't become born again, life is like you took off your sunglasses. There's brightness, there's understanding. See? So today, waiting can't concern me now. Now waiting I feel do for other people. Waiting I feel do for my nation. How I feel help my people to become the kind of nation where God called us to be. And that is what is going to happen. Nigeria will survive and we will become great. So my only regret is say I don't know Jesus on time. I wish I knew him earlier because I would have been even much better than I am now.
Okay, so you be get opportunity to spread. You be popular musician, we become pastor, and at that time and now, you be household name. People know you well. But unlike what we see with other Pentecostal churches, you know, replicate your church for everywhere across Nigeria and the world. Why you decide to just keep on one place and you know, follow the other people?
You get different systems where people they practice. But when you look the New Testament, you go find and say, not only Jesus will call you to be pastor. You see, the Bible talks for Ephesians chapter 4 that when he was ascending, he gave gifts to men. And he called all the kind gifts where Jesus give. You see, including pastors. So me, I not be Jesus now. I don't feel appoint you pastor. Because that job, now only Jesus will do. See? So people there at church, we don't come out, go start their own ministry. Now they say Jesus don't speak to them and say, okay, go start work. But I cannot put those people under my authority. Because not be me appoint them. But some churches, they do that. You understand? My own be saying, now anything with the Bible, now me I do look. Now if it works for you, fine. But I'm not going to do anything when I don't see for Bible. And I never see that kind of example for Bible.
Okay, so this question now, one will come up in course of research and one where people they interested to know. Because now something where they make headlines and where they in public view when it happened, you married 2 times and it no work out. So people won't know if not something where you go ever try again. That's in terms of marriage.
Yeah, I'm not marry again. I'm not marry again because number one, Jesus don't tell me say that one don't finish because when I did saved, when I become born again, I was a young boy, I did university that time. I don't even understand the will of God for my life. I always wanted to say I won't have my own family and all that. And you go work out, go do what you want because the Bible says it's better to marry than to born. But when the thing no work out twice, and because I consider myself to be one of the best husbands, we don't ever live for this earth, and people will know me tell, and yet it didn't work out. I go meet my master and say, what did happen now? What did happen? He ain't gonna tell me, say, I not call you to this kind of thing. I call you like Paul. But I try to stop you. You know they hear that time because you don't hear everything I tell you. So the life where I want you to live is dedicated to me and the work that I have called you to do. See? So that is why I can't go meet my church then and say, this is the situation now. I don't talk to my master. He don't tell me, say, this is not the thing we want me to do. So, marriage, you know, and it's not on the menu anymore.
You're not going to ever marry again.
I lie.
So, and how you deal with, because I know say you're going to get pressure in terms of, like I say, you lead, you be pastor of a big church, you go to meet people and all that. Mm-hmm. So how you deal with all that pressure to carry on with the work God don't give you?
Jesus
and get anything where you did miss?
Jesus
because like you said,
say,
when you be young or you be crave to get your own family.
Yes.
But now you try and work and you say you don't want to marry again. So how you deal with that?
You know, remember when I quote that the way I talked before? When you quote yourself the same words, then they call them ipsissima verba. That one a Latinistic word. Ipsissima verba. It means that you don't talk what you don't talk. They're the same way you talk. I talk for that birthday, say, I don't grow up. See, life, as the days they follow another, you can't grow up now, you can't be wiser, you can't be better. And now you begin to understand, say, it's not about you, it's about your master. That you didn't come here to fulfill your purpose, you came to fulfill his own purpose. Jesus said, he said, I go walk the works of him who call me way daytime day, because night they come when no man feel walk. So you go come to that point where you realize, say, you are here to serve the God who saved you and bought you with a price. See, so that kind of philosophy, they change person. And the only way you live from day to day is called grace, the divine enablement. And Jesus tell me, say, his grace is sufficient for me. Of course, there are days where you will feel down and you will be like, say, make it open and all that. But the Spirit of God did there to help you, to strengthen you. It happened to Paul. It even happened to Jesus when they prayed for Gethsemane. So much blood began to come off from his body because the pressure was on him. But the Lord sent an angel to strengthen him. So from time to time, when they get that kind of intervention where God will help you, because you are just a man, you are not perfect. You will fall down 7 times, but you stand again because you're a righteous man. And so they push the thing, they go.
And finally, at the end of the day, when everything don't end, and waiting, you go like make people remember you for.
I want them to know, say, a gay one man where they call Chris Okotie will be servant of Jesus. I want me to connect me to my master. That this man is servant of Jesus Christ. And I live in life to please Jesus. Now he make him fit helping nation. He make him come day say they selfish. He give himself. He make the necessary sacrifice to help his people because his master don't show him. Say Christianity in a sacrificial life. And the contribution where I make to humanity. Not another one where I want make people remember me.
Reverend Chris Okotie, thank you very much. So you take our time to talk to us today.
Thank you.